Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Please subscribe, leave a like. It's very important that you do so. The algorithm helps me if you help me. Last night I watched the Superpower documentary done by Sean Penn, where he started the documentary Pre-Special Military Operation, or as I call it, Rescue Mission by Russia. And then he do interviews with Zelensky, covers Ukraine during the war. He's been there back and forth, back in the US, back in Ukraine. He's a full-blown CIA asset. The whole documentary is designed and made 100% on the side of trying to show you that Zelensky is the good guy and Putin is the bad guy. That's basically what it's all about. You don't have to watch it. I did, to tell you the news. It's a full-blown, in my opinion, it's a sales pitch to take more tax dollars. That's what it is. They try to fool the American taxpayers that Zelensky is the good guy and that Ukraine is winning. That's all it is. You don't have to watch it. I did it for you. It's absolute. It's stupid, to say the least. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as we know, the US is trying really hard to start a war with China. It's getting out of hand. We're moving closer to the end of 2023, and I feel something, I don't know, I just don't feel my gut tells me something big is coming real soon. So I don't know, I see the stories, the narratives coming out of the US is getting more you know, convincing towards the American people. I can see they are winning the information war by getting some Americans to believe that China is the real enemy. Russia is evil. You know, Russia, China, North Korea, all these countries want to take over the world. They want to take the Americans' freedom, religious beliefs, all that kind of nonsense. But it's not true. Anyway, so today I'm going to talk about the fentanyl opioid crisis in America. I know it's a boring topic, but I'm going to make it short. And what I'm doing here today is I'm actually providing you proof. There will be a link in the description where I'm going to post or link a report of 13 pages, which you're going to go through, and it actually backs my opinion and make it very clear that the opioid crisis in America is a money laundering scheme. So here's what's happening. As we know, the opioid crisis is, or let's say drugs, is going crazy in America. We see people in the streets hang, I don't know, it looks like zombies. They hang literally with their torsos down to their toes, and people are, you know, doing all sorts of stuff on the streets. I almost said a bad word, but YouTube will block us. You can imagine PP and all sorts of stuff in the streets, and needles lying around. It's a broken society, and now fentanyl is a big issue. The opioid crisis is a real thing. It's almost similar to the southern border. I believe it's 100% crisis on the southern border of the United States. But anyway, so it's a big issue. But they now blame China. They have been blaming China for a while, but they are doing it very, very smart now, and they make people believe in this. You see, I think since 2019 they haven't found anything in the customs or in documents that these opioids actually comes from China, right? These fentanyl drugs, there's no proof since 2019 that anything has been exported by China. And funny enough, that is when the rapid increase of fentanyl started to happen. But anyway, what they say now is they say China is basically exporting these ingredients for fentanyl into Mexico, and then they use the Mexican cartels to make this fentanyl and obviously bring it into the US for the people to attack the American people. My friends, this is insane. What is happening is the US government is 100% captured by the global elite. You see, the Bilderberg Group, all these people, they own the presidents in the United States. The real global elite, a lot of you is going to disagree with me, but hear me out, sits in Europe. They control the United States. The United States belongs to them. So basically all the free Americans that fight with bravery for that country are either guinea pigs or either slaves or either, I don't know, I'm not going to say that word, you know, anyway, they are slaves for this people. And you see, they make money off of this. The United States has always had a money-making scheme, laundering money. You know, Julian Assange sits in jail because he told us this, that the US prolonged wars just to launder money, just to make money. The goal in war is not to win, it's not to complete the mission, it is to prolong it, to make money. Now they do the same with fentanyl now. It's literally a money laundering scheme where they attack their own people, they destruct their own society, and they do it all just to make money. You see, the US is in debt that the world don't even know about. They can't get themselves out of this debt. They don't like the fact that there's a lot of people, true Americans in America, that can fight against them. They open up the southern border for people just to flood in, drugs to flood in, and they use this to blame China because they need a war with China real soon. They thought they had a good opportunity with the Taiwan issue because Taiwan produces chips. The Chinese figured out how to make their own chips, and I reckon in the next 2-3 years they will have some of the best chips in the world. So it feels to me that the US can't use or lure China into a trap to start a war in Taiwan. So they use anything now, and they play on the people's emotions. My friends, it's going out of hand. It's getting out of hand. That's what I'm trying to say. And the Mockingbird media are working for the US government, and the US government's working for the global elites, are 24/7, 365 days a year working to brainwash the people into believing war is the only option with China and Russia. Just do remember that these are greedy people. They don't care about the planet, number one. They don't care about human life, number two. They don't care about peace, number three. In fact, they are a capitalist mindset. Well, they are a capitalist country, but they have capitalist mindsets, meaning it's all about profits. They understand very good where there is crisis, there is money to be made. War, drug issues, open borders, humanitarian crises. Even I want to go as far as, you know, nature crises, which I believe can be manipulated by these people. But anyway, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist now, but you know, in 2023, when you say something and somebody say you're a conspiracy theorist, maybe a few months later it becomes true. But anyway, I literally believe these people are evil in the US government. I want to tell my American friends, followers, guys, China and Russia is really not your enemy. The real enemy is the global elite sitting in Europe, controlling your puppet presidents, your puppet government. And your vote is a fake privilege you have. It means nothing. They choose the two presidents on both sides, and you, like a idiot, go vote and you believe your voice has been heard. No, it's not. Yeah, so I just want to let you guys know, I don't know, I guess this video is trying to tell you guys that I feel in my gut we are getting closer to something that's not going to be good. And I don't know why. I don't know why today it's just very, it's super, I don't know, it want to come out. Something is telling me something is about to happen. So yeah, just understand this thing about the fentanyl crisis going on in America. It's nothing to do with China, really. It's nothing to do with China. The report is linked in the description. It is literally a US government attack on its own people. They then look for somebody to blame or a country to blame. They then launder money, they make money, and then the final goal, in my opinion, is to start a war to make more money and to destroy other countries and systems that are actually helping the people, the populace of that country, and helping the country grow. The US don't want it, or the global elites don't want that. The instruction is very clear: to destruct and create chaos as far as possible, as far as wide, that people can be slave-minded for Mockingbird Media, and they then controlled under the US government, and the US government controls, or the global elites controls the US government. These people hate us. They don't want us to be friends. They don't want us to have peace. So yeah, that's my message for you guys today. I don't know, we'll have to stay strong, we'll have to stay connected on these platforms. You'll have to help me liking this video so that my message get, you know, further into the internet. Otherwise they won't push it for me. And remember, I'm not a professional reporter or anything as such. I'm just a human just like you, but I want to speak about the truth. I want to raise warnings, and I want to ring alarm bells that you can do research for yourself. Don't just listen to me. Research for yourself to see what is happening. It will hit you like a ton of bricks once you start to understand that simple system that the global elites control the US government. The US government controls the Mockingbird Media. The Mockingbird Media then manipulates and control the people. And they hate us. They don't like us. They don't want us to have peace. Once you understand that, things will start to make sense to you. But luckily, ladies and gentlemen, there's countries like North Korea, China, Russia, and many more. But let's stay with those three that stands in a way of a global elite takeover. And there's people like me that's not scared to say these things and maybe look like an idiot sometimes, but I'm not scared to say these things because all I want is people to live their lives. We are humans, man. We have blood in our veins. We have souls. I want us to live in peace and freedom, real freedom, meaning I can be friends with a North Korean. I can be friends with a Russian. I can be friends with a black dude, white dude, pink dude, doesn't matter. They don't have to tell me which country and which people I'm not allowed to speak about or like. That is real freedom in my opinion, and also freedom from wars and drug attacks. And we constantly as human beings need to look over our shoulder. What is the US government's next plan to try and take us out, cause destruction and chaos? We want to live in a world where that's not, you know, we don't have to think and warn about these things. But anyway, for as long as these people continue, I will continue saying my part. And I hope you find this interesting. I hope you find it, you know, helpful. Leave a comment in the comment section, and I will see you in another video. Cheers, guys.